Good evening once again. Thank you so much for keeping it with us, and welcome to the second edition of News Tonight. It's me, Micheal, Jordan Lukomwa, with Elizabeth Nakakoni, our sign language interpreter. Let's have a look at the top stories as we start.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Police issues traffic guidelines for the September 23rd, 24th presidential nominations. The Electoral Commission responds to the controversy between opposition parties and the independent candidates on signatures. National Social Security Fund declares an interest rate of 13.5% for the financial year 2024-25. While Deputy Speaker Tayebwa recommends investment in infrastructure for sports development.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go straight to what we have for you. Now, the Electoral Commission has confirmed that 2 presidential aspirants have so far met that criteria for the next step to nomination. EC Chairperson Simon Byabakama says that 5 aspirants have fulfilled all the requirements, and we have the details.
The National Organizing Committee is in the final stages of ensuring that the Electoral Commission headquarters are well prepared for the presidential nomination exercise scheduled for 23rd and 24th September 2025.
At plot 2508 Lukomwa, Kigo Rweza Road, Makindye Sabagabo Municipality, Wakiso District.
President Yoweri Museveni, Nandala Mafabi, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, Elton Joseph Mabirizi, Robert Kasibante are among those who have fulfilled all the requirements and are set to be nominated.
Now, the process has not closed. My team in EC is still working.
Meanwhile, the Joint Security Task Force has rolled out measures including heightened deployment, air surveillance and standby ambulances to guarantee safety during the process.
We call upon everyone who will be participating within this process to cooperate with security.
The Electoral Commission Chairperson Simon Byabakama says access to the venue is by invite and aspirants should be accompanied with not more than 20 persons,
including the aspirant himself or herself. The particulars of persons accompanying the aspirant shall be submitted to the Commission in advance. An aspiring candidate will only use 2 vehicles for purposes of his or her nomination, and each vehicle should not carry more than 10 persons, the driver inclusive.
The President shall use his facilities as guided by the law.
And this is in line with Section 28, subsection 2 of the Presidential Elections Act.
And processions are strictly prohibited.
We want as much as possible the activities of the candidates and their parties not to affect other citizens, individuals, road users.
Aspirants should be physically present for the verification. The Commission will scrutinize the documents and declare a candidate nominated. The candidate will brief the nation and then given a security vehicle.
The security vehicle and security personnel to each candidate who have been nominated
are there to provide security to the candidate. They are supposed to be in a position to carry out security maneuvers in line with the attendant threats that we anticipate.
While only 5 candidates are ready for nomination come 23rd and 24th September 2025, the Electoral Commission says that they are still verifying more signatures to ensure that everyone is catered for. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News at the Electoral Commission headquarters.
Yes, like I said, at 8 p.m. we have a full blast of coverage of the 2026 elections in what we call the UBC UG Polls 2026. Ivan Kahwa is just one of the big team that we have deployed and pitching camp at the Rweza headquarters of the Electoral Commission. But away from that, as if that's not enough, we have the horse itself from the horse's mouth. What Ivan is reporting, we have Justice Simon Byabakama here in studio to give us more of what Ivan is saying. Lord Chair, we are so grateful to have you here and delighted that you are in the studios of UBC TV.
Thank you, Jordan.
Yes.
Good evening, viewers.
You must be the busiest person in Uganda currently. True or false?
I wouldn't say so. There are more busy people than I am, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
When we look at what is going on and what we expect, that's what we think.
Yeah, well, I'm just doing my bit together with my colleagues as required under the Constitution.
Yes.
Of course, it's not a very light task ensuring that the people of Uganda exercise their constitutional right under Article 1 of the Constitution, that all power belongs to them, and that they exercise this power by choosing their own leaders in a free and fair election. Yes, it's not a very light task, and we take it with the seriousness that it deserves.
Okay. Let's start with the signatures, the drama that came with the signatures. The studio managers gave me a little time with you.
Yes.
But what came up with the signatures?
Yes.
People are saying we had all the signatures, we had everything. What went wrong? And people questioning the verification process.
Yeah.
Some people say, why don't they call us? We sit here and they say, this is the wrong signature, this is the right one. This one is, the name is not correct. Those two, what went wrong and what is the verification procedure like?
First of all, look, if we say you go and collect names and signatures from 100 supporters per district, from 98 districts,
Yes.
and you get them, the presumption is that you have gone to these districts, you have contacted Jordan Lukomwa, Yabakama Simon,
Yes.
and say, I want to stand for presidents, for presidents of the country.
I request
want you
for
to
your
be my
support."
supporter. And I put my name, my NIN number, or whatever number, and sign
Yes.
on that form.
Yes.
Now, how does the commission verify that actually you have gone to these districts and you have contacted each of these people who have consented to give you their names and put them on these lists and appended or affixed their signature? So we verify using our database, because it's not getting any person you come across. The person you solicit to support you must be a registered voter in that particular district. So we go to our database to verify whether this person is a voter in that particular district. And many of them, apparently, if you looked at some of these forms, they were putting underage people. Or they were putting Lukomwa, who votes in Luero, they put him in Pigi.
Because he's born in Biji.
Exactly. So for us, we are saying the law says a voter in that registered to vote in that district. So we used our means of verifying. There are some districts where you find the candidate or the aspirant fulfilled the numbers, but in other districts he or she had a shortfall. We went out of our way to notify them. And I know the people who have complained, for them they are satisfied that they secured the relevant names and signatures. But should we take that on face value? Simply because Lukomwa has said, but I went out of my way and I even obtained more than 100 signatures. Should we take that on face value? Then we would have failed in our duty. So as a commission, we have to verify that you have indeed done what the law requires you to do. It is possible. Some people just sat somewhere, we just concocted names and put them on that list, and even maybe concocted NIN numbers, put them on the list. So
And brought to EC.
And brought to EC. So that's why many of them were surprised that we're actually going to be so thorough. They did not expect us to be so thorough in verifying and ascertaining the credibility
of the
this
names they
information
carried to you.
on the names they carried.
What kind of measure do you use to verify? Do you have machines?
I have said,
do you use manual?
No, these are, you see, for you to be a registered voter, you must appear on the National Voters Register. The Electoral Commission is in charge of the National Voters Register. We have the data of every registered voter in this country.
Yes.
For instance, for you to vote in 2026, you must be a registered voter on the National Voter Register. You might be on the National Citizenship Database of NIRA.
When you're actually not a voter.
When you're not a voter.
Yes.
So that's the starting point. But secondly, this time we went a notch higher. We wanted to verify, but were these people contracted? So we have had to go out of our way and establish from the field whether actually the people mentioned on the or put on this list, well, some of them expressed surprise. They said, what? I have never been consulted about this. How did my name end up on this list? So that's why I'm saying you are being thorough. But first forward.
Is that your business as the EC?
Oh, yes.
If I carry names to you and they are genuine?
Yes.
Do you really need to know whether I contacted Nakakoni?
Yes. How do when you are not forged Yawakama's signature? And actually, when you look at some of those names on the list, okay, and you look at the signature, although we are not handwriting experts, but something draws your doubt on the veracity of these signatures. First of all, they look, the methodology appears the same, just someone tries to twist around. So that's why we said, okay, let's find out from Lukomwa. Did you sign here or not? We have done that. And we'll have no regrets about that, because we are carrying out our duty to ensure that indeed the names that appear on these lists are authentic, are genuine, they are genuinely obtained.
The question is still why you had to get back to them late, a day or two towards nomination. Why?
No. Jordan, if you look at the dates these people, do you know even as late as 18th, people were submitting their documents, lists. They picked these documents in, we told them to pick them from 11th of August up to about 10th September. And then by 10th September, you start bringing back these lists so that we verify, so that we have sufficient time as the commission to verify these lists of supporters. Because it's a process. Mind you, some of them, you are required to bring 9,800 names from the 100 districts. Some of them were even securing more than 9,800 names. Now, you have got to go to each name in your database to verify whether this name is indeed of a registered voter in this district. So it's a process. It's a process. So for us, we are saying we have, even if in the circumstances, actually we have tried to do our level best, given the period within which some of these people submitted these lists to us. And I think so far we have received more than 30 individuals who have submitted these lists from the various districts. We have to go through them in the shortest time possible so that they are able to be notified that you have been cleared. Now you can go you can prepare for nomination. But I want to assure the people, there was nothing sinister in the way the commission did its work, targeting any particular individual. Not at all. There was nothing sinister. We did not go out of our way to make to ensure that this aspirant fails or this one goes through. Not at all. That's not how we do things. We treat everybody equally. And even that's why, look, if we wanted to fail people, then we wouldn't have written to them and say, look, we have gone through your list, but there are shortcomings here. Why did we do that?
Okay, in the interest of time, is it you stopping processions or security? Because this time round, there are no processions. Yes. Is it you, the Electoral Commission, the owner of elections, or security?
But one, the issue...
Anyway, why are we stopping processions this time round?
For the simple reason that processions are carried out on public roads. And public roads are not the monopoly or the preserve of only candidates. The public roads, the other people, other citizens or non-citizens have the right to use these roads as they go about their various activities. Now, if you're a candidate with a motorcade of about 50 or 100 vehicles, with the crowd, 500 border riders, with the pedestrians, all them, and you are moving at snail pace, with you standing through the roof of your vehicle, waving to people, and so on, you are disrupting other road users. The electoral process is not meant to disrupt the socio-economic activities people are carrying out. People are taking their children to school. People are taking patients to hospitals and so on. People are moving their merchandise along these roads. Now, you, a candidate who wants to lead the people, you should be respectful and cognizant of the rights of other people. That, look, we should respect the rights of other people to use these roads to move where they are going to and to do whatever they are doing.
Lord Chair, this is the question out there.
Yeah.
We have had processions every campaigns.
Yes.
There are no people that have been complaining,
Yes.
and the campaigns have come and gone.
Yes.
Why this time round?
But Jordan, look at it this way.
Yes.
You have seen even in a non-campaign season,
Yes.
the congestion on our Ugandan roads, especially in Kampala. Now, if you allow a mix of campaign processions in an already congested,
Our usual traffic jam.
then what next? And secondly, do you know some of these participants in these processions are not ruling? They use this opportunity to commit crimes. Maybe if they are passing by a certain shop in a crowd, they may break into someone's shop and steal the merchandise. Didn't you see recently some people were putting on yellow, or either they purported to be members of any army or whatever it is. They
beat up people.
They beat up people and
even
robbed
here
them
at Nile Avenue.
in broad daylight because of processions. And that's why we are saying processions are not allowed. And the police have made it very categorical that please, candidates, you are not allowed processions on public roads. And we don't have any apologies over that one. Nobody is allowed to carry out processions.
So
on
it
public
is
roads.
an EC directive, not security.
It is an EC directive because we are saying elections are not meant to disrupt the normal lives of other people. And secondly, even I think from the traffic management perspective,
Yes.
they find it a challenge to have people moving in a certain direction and then you have other road users moving from the other direction. You cause a disruption, and then you even create an avenue for crime to be, offenses to be committed or crime to be committed.
My producers want us out of here.
Yes.
So what happens from tomorrow's exercise?
Tomorrow's
How is it going to be? When is it ending?
Tomorrow's exercise is meant to nominate those who have fulfilled the criteria under the Presidential Elections Act. We have allotted them time when to come to the nomination venue because
Whom
we
do you
don't
have
want them,
tomorrow and
we
who?
don't want them to come en masse or at a go.
Yes.
We are starting with the Yoweri Kaguta Museveni
Of the
who
NRM.
booked first to the NRM. Then I think later on in the day we have at midday we have Mabirizi at midday. Then at 2 we expect Kasivante. Then the following day we expect I think Nandala Mafabi, then Kyagulanyi, and so on and so forth. Those are the people who have been confirmed to qualify. But let me correct one thing. There's something doing the rounds about the date on Kyagulanyi's certificate of compliance.
Exactly.
Which was
The document reads 19.
Yeah. Look,
when issued on the 22nd.
It's really unfortunate. So, look, I must admit, that was...
Signed by you?
Yes,
Yes.
that was an error.
Okay.
In the typing of that certificate, the preparation of the certificate. I can affirm, I can swear that I signed that certificate today.
Okay.
I signed that certificate today. And in any case, it defeats the logic. How we wrote to Kyagulanyi on the 19th informing him, you don't make up the numbers. So you have not qualified. You have not met the criteria, one of the best criteria for you to get nominated. Then how would we issue him a certificate of compliance on the same day? It defeats logic.
Okay.
It was just an error. It is regrettable, but that's something of. I think let's not lose sight of
No,
the bigger
as
picture.
long as you have
The
admitted
bigger, yes, it was just
and
an
regret
error.
it.
It was
I
an
think it is
error.
okay.
It is regretted. But the certificate was issued today. There was no malfeasance, or there was no
Bias or malice or anything.
bias or malice or ill design. It was not designed to be that, because otherwise you would also not explain it. How do you tell someone you don't comply and then issue a certificate of compliance? But the bigger picture is he's coming to get nominated. You go and face the people of Uganda, whoever will be nominated, you go and convince the people of Uganda. If you are going to bank on trivialities, then you are missing the picture. You're missing the picture. So it is you, whoever is going to get nominated, to convince the people of Uganda you have what it takes to lead the people and to work on the programs that affect them. Don't build mountains out of moles. That will not give you votes.
My last one. It's as if there's so much tension with 2026.
Yeah.
What hope do you give to Ugandans as we leave this?
Yeah, it's because, this tension is created by the cutthroat do or die mentality Ugandans have adopted in the elections.
Okay.
Because they spend huge sums of money. But I've been assuring the people of Uganda that one, what is it that primarily we need after the election? During, before, during and after election, peace and stability.
Okay.
That's what we want.
Thank you so much, my lord.
Thank you.
That is Justice Simon Mugenyi Byabakama, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Uganda, that starts serious business in as far as elections is concerned, 2026, tomorrow. Let's start with this story. The Uganda Police Force, still in that line, has released stringent traffic guidelines to manage the anticipated influx of candidates, supporters and the media in Kampala during the 2026 presidential nominations slated for September 23rd and the 24th. Several cut-off points have been instituted to contain the traffic flow in Kampala and metropolitan areas. We have details to this.
According to the Police Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety, these measures aim to prevent the gridlock and unrest that marred past electoral events.
Processions to and from this venue are prohibited. Yes, they are prohibited. We want as much as possible the activities of the candidates and their parties not to affect other citizens, individuals, road.
Anticipating large crowds, the Uganda Police Force has placed emphasis on road safety and maintaining order to prevent disruptions in the capital and surrounding areas.
To follow all the instructions from traffic and security officers on duty. 2, to ensure your vehicle sticker is clearly displayed for easy identification by the security agencies. 3, exercise patience and discipline to ensure a successful and peaceful event.
Road closures and diversions are expected to be in force by 5 a.m. tomorrow, the 23rd of September 2025, on major roads heading to the Electoral Commission nomination grounds in Rweza.
The main routes shall be from Kampala City Center. They will connect to Yusuf Lule Road, Mulago traffic lights, City Mortuary traffic lights, Kubiri traffic lights, connect to Bwaise flyover, connect to the Northern Bypass, Busega roundabout, Kajansi flyover, connect to Old Entebbe Road, then Rweza Fuelex. At Chigo Road Junction, they shall branch and connect to the venue.
The main presidential nomination route begins from Kampala City Centre, connect to Yusuf Road, then to Mulago Junction, connect to City Mortuary, heads to Bwaise flyover, connecting to Northern Bypass, then to Busega roundabout, continue to Kajansi flyover. From there, the route continues to Old Entebbe Road roundabout, where the route connects to Rweza Fuelex up to the main nomination venue.
That a candidate's convoy must have no more than 2 vehicles, each carrying not more than 10 occupants. It's a regulation that has been talked about, has been issued, so we call upon the aspirants to adhere to it, as well as the party that they will be moving with.
Public transport compliance, especially taxi and bus operators, are urged to adhere to designated routes and avoid stopping near nomination sites. Borders are prohibited on major nomination routes. Abdul Nasir Lukomwa for UBC.
Now, the Electoral Commission has responded to the controversy that sparked among opposition parties and independents following the Commission's warning that they had not submitted the required signatures by law ahead of the 2026 presidential elections nominations. According to the Commission's Deputy Public Relations, Paul Bukenya, they have a system in place that verified the signatures and are not liable to the controversies to rule out anyone as alleged by the aspirants.
Last week, the Electoral Commission publicly announced as many opposition political parties and individuals who expressed interest for the 2026 presidency had not met the criteria to contest, and these were short of signatures required from different districts. This created panic, and over the weekend they worked down the clock to ensure that they collect the required number of signatures.
People have been talking about signatures. Yes, it's a key requirement because Uganda is one constituency, and by law you're supposed to indicate that you've obtained support from all the districts of Uganda that make up 2/3.
However, they accused the Commission of intending to sideline them with an agenda of kicking them out of the race.
Got information, and they are saying that NUP did not submit enough signatures. And they are saying that Museveni and a few others submitted the required signatures. Of course, when I saw their list, they are saying that NUP and many others have not yet met the required signatures.
The Electoral Commission's Deputy Public Relations, Paul Bukenya, refuted all the allegations against the Commission.
Those who have returned, the returns are subjected to strict scrutiny in our system. Are these registered voters? Are they located in the electoral areas where they indicate they are? Have they supported only one aspirant? Because it is also possible to get signatures and return them to us. And then we realize that, yes, Bukenya Paul is indeed a voter from Busiro in Wakiso, but he has already supported another aspirant whom we have already entered into the system. So Bukenya, and you support once and the system blocks you.
Bukenya cites that the controversies are not of their making, as the verification for signatures is managed by the dictalized system.
Supporter signatures, we subject them to scrutiny through the system. That's the National Voters Register. We have the National Voters Register, and you appear only once, of course. So when there is a gap on your submission, as part of fairness, we inform you that in this district you are lacking 8 supporters. Can you go back and work on that? That is fairness. That is fairness, and that's what we've done with aspirants.
The Commission waits to start nomination of presidential aspirants for the 2-day event which commences tomorrow.
The roadmap is progressing, and it's going towards the elections, which we'll have in January. So tomorrow and Wednesday, tomorrow Tuesday and then Wednesday, that is 23rd and 24th, we have nominations for presidential candidates, which marks a key development in that roadmap because, you know, the office of the presidency is the highest office.
According to Bukenya, the fully nominated candidates will be entitled to privileges.
Nominated candidate is accorded the status of a candidate, of course, and in accordance with the law, we facilitate them with a security detail for presidential candidates. So we'll be giving each nominated candidate a lead vehicle, a security vehicle. That's a pickup truck which has police officers who will provide security to the nominated candidate. We do not, under the law, have any other support that we give the candidate. We don't finance their campaigns. They do finance their own campaigns.
Bukenya furthermore clarified that any sitting president has the favor to use the state machinery unlike other candidates.
As you know, there is a president before, during, and even after the elections. So the law is very clear. It says that a person who is holding the office of president is entitled to use of the facilities that are ordinarily attached to their office. We've seen this everywhere in all countries around the world.
According to the Electoral Commission roadmap, all candidates who will successfully be nominated tomorrow and on Wednesday will officially start campaigns on 29th this month. Amwai Vanjuko for UBC.
The Forum for Democratic Change are ready to nominate their party president Namdala Mafabi for the upcoming presidential race. The nomination is scheduled for Wednesday 10 a.m. after which the party will join supporters for a rally at Kampala Playgrounds in Luzira.
As of Monday evening, only 5 political parties had officially been verified by the Electoral Commission to participate in the upcoming presidential nominations. This included NRM, scheduled for nomination on Tuesday, the FDC, scheduled for Wednesday, the National Unity Platform, among others. The other political parties are yet to fulfill the Electoral Commission's requirements for participation. The FDC expressed excitement upon receiving the official certificate from the Electoral Commission authorizing them to front their presidential candidate.
I'm happy to announce that our candidate met all the requirements, and here is the certificate that was issued yesterday, signed by Justice Byabakama Mugenyi Simon, that has cleared him to be nominated tomorrow at 10 a.m. To be nominated on Wednesday, the 24th at 10 a.m.
John Chikonyogo, the FDC spokesperson, stated that the party could have gathered the required signatures within just 4 hours, citing their strong grassroots structures and well-established strategies.
The party which can look for 100 signatures all this in about 4 hours. Even if EC had told us that all these signatures don't qualify, we can get them in 4 hours. What will be remaining only transport them to Kampala? Because we have the structures on the ground. The whole country. We got signatures from more than 146 districts. It's a very strong party. It has been on the ground. It is well grounded. Most of you are trying to write us off that maybe some individuals are talking too much. I told you, we receded, we stopped talking, we went on the ground.
Chikonyogo unveiled the party's manifesto, expressing confidence in their preparedness and clear vision for national liberation and transformation.
So we have resolved from today henceforward, we will not be saying our manifesto. We have no time to talk about others. Even if you talk any nonsense against us, we have no time for you. All the work we have is to go, campaign, win the elections, go into power, and put this manifesto into practice. You have the best country in the world.
On the other subject of the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue IPOD Summit, Chikonyogo dismissed public claims that IPOD is a source of financial gain. He stressed that the platform is intended to facilitate dialogue on governance, although its original objectives have been diverted. Charity Marion Imnat and Helen Gizamba for UBC.
Members of the community have been urged to join the presidential move in developing the country. This has been said by Humuza Pankson, the chairperson NRM Youth Cadres Association, as we see in this report.
The chairperson, NRM Youth Cadres Association, has urged Ugandans to join the presidential initiatives to develop the country.
We are calling upon Ugandans, especially the youth, to join us tomorrow to celebrate with Mzee for the historical day at Kororo. Mzee will be returning back from nomination in Voroba, and we are inviting everyone, especially the youth, the fellow youth, come and join us tomorrow, because all road will be leading to Kororo. I've already said we need some injection for our circle, which has been there. So like how we've been helping other groups, other people around the country. So my colleagues here, they want to have some, we want you to empower us.
The General Secretary of the NRM Youth Cadres Association commended the President for empowering women and called upon women to participate on the presidential nomination rally tomorrow, starting at Kololo Independence Grounds.
Museveni mostly for involving women in all fields, politically, in the army, in police, for thinking about women in education, for bringing us closer and in front. We have really spearheaded, and we thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Nahamia Emmanuel, the Vice Chairman of the association, highlighted the need for government to continue supporting youth projects, including NRM Youth Cadres Circle.
It was on that due day that the office of PPS called us and told us that they have received the letter. On that very day, we are launching the circle. Meaning that as young people, we need to interface with the president one-on-one, because there are very many people who have invaded the president and they are trying to make him unpopular within the public.
The NRM Youth Cadres Association was formed in 2016 with the aim of skilling youth and reducing poverty among the youth in the country.
Three NRM primary contestants in Ruhama constituency in Tungamo district are back before the tribunal after failing to agree with the outcome of the tribunal's ruling.
The NRM primary contestants in Ruhama constituency in Tungamo district spent the whole of Sunday evening before the election tribunal defending and disputing the outcome of the previous ruling. One of the candidates, Richard Balungi, has rejected the initial results and even that one after the ruling by the tribunal.
After that, we were invited to Dr. Tangodoi's office, and he named it a verification of results, which ended up being a retally. So we met new declaration forms, very new ones, and they had inflated votes of the one Honorable Beatrice Rachmali, giving her or donating to her 3,000 votes from 16 villages. Those declaration forms were very new, and we objected to them. It is even interesting that the district registrar of Ntungamu, I don't know why, but she forgot even kept the old declaration forms, which match with what we were given at the district tally center. So she brought 2 declaration forms for one village.
Initially, the provisional results declared the incumbent Henry Zinkuratire a winner. After appealing before the tribunal, the third runner-up, former MP Beatrice Rachmali, was however declared winner, a pronouncement that didn't go well for the other 2 contestants.
And what gave us even more shock is that 29 villages were removed from the tally sheet without any reason and justification. For me, my votes were reduced by almost 2,000, and then the Honorable Zinkuratire, the incumbent, his votes were reduced by 3,000 votes. So the whole issue that is very interesting here is that how you reduce votes. The office of Tangodoi reduced votes from us and declared another person.
The 2 contestants are seeking the intervention of the party chairman, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
It is so sad, and I actually invite the president, the chairman of the NRM party, to look into these issues, to particularly send intelligence people to Ruhama and look at who actually won in Ruhama. I am saying this because indeed the person who was declared a flag bearer did not win.
After the Sunday appearance before the tribunal, the final ruling will be done within a week. Philip Aguta for UBC.
We thank you so much for watching. At this point, let's take a short break. On return, we have more.
Ebiseera by'okuzzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu, kano kalipagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripsi. Kati osobola okusasula school fees z'omwana wo ate n'okola n'ebirala ntoko ku ssimu ye ey'omu ngalo. Ekikola kyangu nnyo. Nyiga bunyizi *165*8 ogoberera ebikulagiriddwa oba okozese app ya MTN Momo. Ate kati okola ki olwaleero? MTN Mobile Money Uganda Limited erunganisibwa banka enkulu eya Uganda.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here, in the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's in the distinct aroma of our cooking, to the taste of food that takes you on a journey, in the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth, in the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses and truly enjoy what's uniquely ours. Explore Uganda, the Pearl of Africa.
Special announcement. The Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, Right Honorable Richard Todwong, invites all party members and the general public to a mega nomination rally of the NRM presidential candidate, His Excellency General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, on Tuesday the 23rd of September 2025 at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds. Before the Kololo rally, candidate Museveni will be presented by the NRM Central Executive Committee to the Independent Electoral Commission for nomination at its new offices in Lueza along Entebbe Road, and will be accompanied by a few invited party leaders. However, the public shall stay at Kololo to receive our flag bearer after nomination. Members are advised to observe traffic rules and other security guidelines while using the roads. Please note that no procession will be allowed. Long live President Museveni, long live Uganda.
Stable stability, stable, stable. Votability, yellow ability.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Over 1.4 million learners from Primary 7, Senior 4 and Senior 6 are to sit for their final examinations conducted by the Uganda National Examinations Board, UNEB, this year, recording 7.5% increase in candidature compared to 2024. While releasing the UNEB timetable, the Executive Secretary UNEB, Dan Odongo, said that exams start on the 10th of October with briefing of the UCE candidates.
With the PLE, Advanced Certificate of Education will close with a briefing on the 7th of November 2025.
Uganda National Examinations Board is to start conducting 3 sets of examinations that include Primary Leaving, Uganda Certificate of Education and Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education. The board has released a timetable that indicates Senior 4 candidates who are to sit their second examinations under the competency-based curriculum are to begin with a briefing on 10th October, then start writing on 13th October.
Continuous assessment, which we abbreviate as CA, contributes 20% towards the final examinations. And as I speak now, 96% of the scores for Term 2 have been submitted, and I would like to encourage the teachers or the head teachers of the 4% of the centers that have not submitted to please do so, because our end date is 30th of September.
According to UNEB, this year the highest increase in candidature has been registered at the Uganda Advanced Certificate of Education examinations, which is 14.7%.
So candidature, we inform you that as of last evening, we have registered a total of 1,416,468 candidates from the 3 examinations. Because it is still possible, like it happened on Thursday last week, we discovered a school around Lugazi with 138 UCE candidates or students and 10 USCE students who had not been registered at all.
UNEP has instructed school heads to continue display of the candidates' register until 10th October for them to get an opportunity to examine the information and its correctness.
The purpose for displaying the registers this early before the examination is to ensure that the registered candidates have the opportunity to examine the registers, particularly in respect of the details that have been entered for each one of them. The subjects that they have entered for, particularly at UCE and USCE, the names that have been recorded in the register, and other biodata details like their dates of birth.
The institution has also warned primary schools that are registering normal children under the special needs category.
Is criminal, it is fraudulent, and any school that will not have taken this heed of this warning, when eventually our teams that will be going around find out this kind of fraud, sanctions will be applied against such schools.
This year's examinations are to be conducted under the theme Embracing Security and Holistic Assessment of Learners in a Dynamic Environment. I'm Navka Farida in Kampala.
Clark South legislator Amuru District Gilbert Olanya has rallied constituents to tackle poverty through Operation Wealth Creation support. When Operation Wealth Creation started operations in Clark South, the area MP Gilbert Olanya of the FDC rallied his constituents to receive the agricultural inputs. We have details to the story.
In 2006, guns fell silent in northern Uganda. It was the end of the LRA insurgency. Government had succeeded with the pacification of northern Uganda. The people returned home and government started restoring hope to improve their welfare. In 2013, government launched Operation Wealth Creation Program to provide seeds, seedlings, machinery, training and market linkages specifically for northern Uganda. After the LRA insurgency, the people needed food security, improved livelihoods and a market for their products.
Miracles are going to happen in northern Uganda that people didn't expect. They have all the factors of production. They have land, they have labor, they have markets on all corners of their area. We are empowering them with mechanization. They are beginning to diversify their crops from seasonal crops to perennial crops.
So, the program uses military logistical capabilities to distribute resources and mobilize communities, promote food and cash crops to boost household incomes and achieve socio-economic transformation. When the process entered Amuru district, it was a stronghold for the FDC. In Clark South constituency, FDC's Gilbert Olanya took on the cause. Brigadier Francis Achoka coordinated the Operation Wealth program.
Through Honorable Gilbert Olanya, we gave soya seeds, we gave maize seeds, we gave rice seeds, we also gave sunflower seeds.
The northern Uganda population had relied on handouts from government caused by the LRA insurgency. Honorable Gilbert Olanya, area MP Clark South, accepted his office to be used for mobilization and distribution of OWC farm inputs.
I am extremely happy that the Office of Operator Wealth Creation gave these seats through my office. When it comes to development, we normally put politics aside. We wouldn't like to mix politics with development.
This started the process of resettling the people to agriculture. Honorable Lanya toured the gardens to assess the progress and establish challenges facing the farmers.
This is the rice we supplied this man, and the team is now awaiting the harvest.
We are doing very well, as if you have seen this soya bean we have here. Now we want to thank this government.
I really appreciate His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. I thank the Office of the Operator Wealth Creation, headed by General Salim Saleh, the Brigadier General Kanula Chwaga, and all the team working tirelessly.
We have received the seedling, as you see. We have done a lot of farming work. It became very easy for us also to access our garden, as you can see.
But the farmers still need resources like tarpaulins to handle the harvests.
Look at the method how people are drying the soybean. They are using the ground. They are not tackling.
We are supposed to begin harvesting this soya, but we are lacking 10.
Right now, what the man is yearning for is only tarpaulin.
The Operation Wealth Creation Program has met its target in northern Uganda. After the big harvest, the farmers want markets for their produce.
Now we wanted you people to help us, and you get for us the way to sell our things, at least if you have done much like this, and we have to get also enough money.
I am happy that the Office of the Operator Wealth Creation, they inform my office that they are coming to buy these soybeans you are seeing, the good quality, and the maize. So, good enough that we have many stores here in Amoro. That is why we are now mobilizing our people, that upon the harvest, they shouldn't sell it from home.
So, OWC intervention has improved the people's economic well-being, improved incomes, and addressed food insecurity in northern Uganda. Abiona Francisco, UBC.
President Yoweri Museveni has released 50 million shillings of the 200 million he pledged to groups in the informal sector, with a strong emphasis on accountability and village-level unity. Senior Presidential Advisor on Political Affairs Moses Byarruhanga, while handing over the funds in Kampala, said that the phased release is designed to monitor proper use.
President Museveni has prioritized empowering Ugandans through initiatives like Emyoga and the parish development model, and now the target is on the informal sector.
We have received 50 millions in our circle of Kawempe Youth Council Leaders Coalition, and they are willing to add 150 millions so that the youth of Kawempe do some activities so that they grow up in their business and their small business.
Senior Presidential Advisor on Political Affairs Moses Byarruhanga reveals that government has so far disbursed 20 billion shillings under Emyoga, but mismanagement by group leaders led to 9 billion shilling loss.
We have given them 150 million. Some of them are youth leaders in Kawempe. They have a circle which took 50 million. And the youth leaders in Kawempe, youth leaders in Kawempe 50 million. Youth leaders in Makindi 50 million. Then others are different types of vendors in Kawempe who share the 50 million. Many of them are from Kalere Market. They have also the younger people who are BTC, I don't know how to call them in English. The one who carry baggages and during in the market. We gave them 10 million. So in total, all the groups received 150 million.
Among the Kampala beneficiaries are Kawempe Youth Circle, Kawempe Street Vendors, Kalere Youth Vendors, and the Youth Coalition. In another development, government is setting up social centers in Kawempe equipped with machinery for enterprises such as shoemaking, sweater weaving, and bookbinding to give youth practical skills and capital.
We are putting up a common user facility where there are different machines like shoemaking. Those ones can making sweaters, for binding books, and many other different enterprises, about 5 or so. So we already bought the machines. We are now working on some few repairs on the place where we're going to have the workshop. It will be open in about a month or so.
Recently, Museveni also supported 9,000 street food vendors across Kampala with 900 million shillings each, receiving 100,000 shillings to strengthen their small businesses.
About reaching out everybody so that they can get capital to help them do business. Here people are very industrious, but they lack capital. So all these shortages of circles, of Emyoga, have been intended to help the poor people get cheap capital.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
The landslide that struck Bulambuli district last year claimed more than 40 lives and left many people displaced and traumatized. Those who survived were relocated by government to its land in Bunambutier and given tents for temporary shelter as they awaited the next steps. Nearly a year later, survivors at Bunambutier resettlement camp have shared the conditions they are enduring.
Anthony Sabunyo, one of the survivors, says the pain of that day remains permanent. He lost 5 family members, including his parents and siblings.
When the landslide happened, I was not at home. I'd moved away from home to the center just to look for something, for some job.
We found him with others mingling posho for fellow camp residents. He appreciated government's support with food, but highlighted challenges they continue to face.
Kisoka kuchensula, tusula bubi, tusula kutundu bale, abamu tetulina mifaliso.
Sabunyo, who was a senior 3 student at the time, had his education interrupted after losing all family support. He appeals to the Prime Minister Robina Nabanja to help him continue his studies and achieve his dreams.
Mama Honorable Minister Robina Nabanja wadde nkukubira omulanga ngwadde osobola n'onkwatiramuko badde nsobola okuddayo ku ssomero ne neeyongerayo n'emisomo gyange.
Another survivor, Vincent, lost both parents and the 2 children. One of his children's bodies has never been recovered.
Only to find out all his parents had passed on with 2 of his children, one who was 15 years and a 12 year. But during that period, they spent a week looking for their bodies, and Vincent was able to recover only the 2 parents and 1 child.
George Lira, also a survivor, appealed to government to provide land for cultivation.
Kyetwagala nnyo twagalako batuweko ennimiro tuli balimi naye singa batuwaako ennimiro ne tulima bya ssente genda kujja.
Sanitation in the camp has become a serious concern, with residents warning that action is needed before the situation becomes unbearable.
Wano ebigo toyi tubadde tusaba nabo baba batuzimbire eziri permanent, kuba eziri temporary zino ze batuzimbira ogenda okumala mwezi gumu nga kiyise.
Mere batukyusiremu wakiri batuweko ogundi omukyere ne sukaali n'obuto.
Oliver Nadunga, a mother of 8 who lost her guardian in the tragedy, asked government to support her in educating her children.
Y'abaana kutwala ku ssomero kulina teenagers myaka nga 15 kulina abalala nga 16 17 etulina ku ssente bwe tuzijja nga tubatwala mu ssomero.
On 27th November 2024, Uganda experienced one of its deadliest landslides in Bulambuli district, which destroyed 8 villages, left 49 people dead and 38 others missing. In our next episode, we shall bring you how survivors are being supported to prevent depression.
Environmentalists are calling on government to step up efforts to protect the environment, particularly in urban areas where degradation is escalating. We have the story in detail.
Olwaleero olunaku lwa World Cup Free Day ekitegeeza emmotoka tezirina kuba nga zikola olunaku luno. Amawanga agalala gakikola naye ffe Uganda tukyakula. Naye kati tusazeewo ne tuteekako marathon eno ya njawulo nnyo. Marathon eriwo okulaga climate change awareness, enkyukakyuka y'obudde. Twagala kutegeeza abantu bonna climate change is real, ate nga enkyukakyuka y'obudde affectinga bintu bingi nnyo ddala.
So olunaku luno lwa nkizo nnyo gye tuli nti
Big thing about the MTN Super. Wali yakapya musite wali yakapya. Wali yakapya. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpya. Then you kabo de smartphone nevya kabibiona. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpya. Then you kabo de smartphone nevya kabibiona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest mpora in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN.
MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Special announcement. The Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, Right Honorable Richard Todwong, invites all party members and the general public to a mega nomination rally of the NRM presidential candidate, His Excellency General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, on Tuesday the 23rd of September 2025 at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds. Before the Kololo rally, candidate Museveni will be presented by the NRM Central Executive Committee to the Independent Electoral Commission for nomination at its new offices in Lueza along Entebbe Road and will be accompanied by a few invited party leaders. However, the public shall stay at Kololo to receive our flag bearer after nomination. Members are advised to observe traffic rules and other security guidelines while using the roads. Please note that no procession will be allowed. Long live President Museveni, long live Uganda.
Stable stability, stable.
Votability, yellow ability. Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
In the world of business, under the Power of Voices project, farmers in West Nile are urging government to prioritize the improvement of community feeder roads. Despite cultivating high-value crops, many farmers struggle to get their produce to the market on time.
Government has been urged to step up efforts to improve community feeder roads in West Nile to facilitate the transportation of produce to the market.
But the issue of this onion production came in as a result of the coming of Uganda Agribusiness Alliance, which introduced for us production of onion. And the type of onion which they gave us was red Creole.
The Power Voices project, a consortium implemented by the Agency of Community Empowerment and Uganda Agribusiness Alliance with support from Oxfam Uganda in the districts of Nebi, Zombo and Arua, aims at amplifying the demands of small-scale producers to promote inclusive and sustainable agribusinesses.
As we have 3 months to the end of the project, that was a 5-year project, we can report that we've been able to build capacity of over 1,000 farmers.
Nebi District Agriculture Officer Joyce Piwa confirmed that farmers in Elusi and Jupangira sub-counties promoting onions and Irish potatoes farming face significant post-harvest and marketing challenges.
The experience you people had even when you went out there, the road network is very poor, such that when you grow these things, they are perishable. You are supposed to sell them out.
Nebi Principal Assistant Chief Administrative Officer Gilbert Onechan called on government to prioritize tarmacking critical roads in the hilly parts of the district.
The communities could not
have the resources to do the maintenance, not even the sub-counties, because the amount of money they are currently getting.
Since its inception in 2021, the Power of Voices project has trained 1,388 farmers, 665 women, and 723 men in agribusiness. The Uganda Agribusiness Alliance emphasizes linking farmers to buyers as the initial goal of the project. However, the lack of reliable road access continues to undermine the success of agribusiness in West Nile.
Extent that sometimes their goods, particularly perishable goods, perish before reaching to the market, and their local market is also giving them a low price. But to address this, we're working with the district local government.
Also during the monitoring exercise, farmers are able to share challenges that they are going through with their leadership of the district and also sub-county, and through that at least it has given them platform where they can also listen directly to our farmers.
Farmers say good roads will not only ease transport but give fair access to markets, reducing post-harvest losses and accelerating the growth of agribusiness value chain in West Nile. Robert Katamba reporting for UBC News.
The Public Accountants Examinations Board has released the CPA August 2025 examination results, where at least 4,249 candidates sat the August examinations, achieving an average pass rate of 36.4%.
It's now my pleasure, by the powers granted to me under the Accountants Act, to release the results for the exams of the August 2025 year, and I think we can have a little moment.
The Public Accountants Examinations Board reports that female candidates outperformed their male counterparts once again. Of the total candidates, 2,436 were female and 1,813 were male.
We had 4,615 students register for the August sitting, and we were under 4,249 candidates were able to sit for the various papers that were offered, representing 92.1% of those who had registered.
During the handover, PAYEB chairperson CPA Nancy Amuge Owino confirmed that the December Accounting Technician's Diploma will be the last to be examined by PAYEB. The program transits to the Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessment Board.
PAYEB will no longer conduct the ATD exam. All ATD students who will not have completed this course will be informed of the modalities of transferring to the Uganda Vocational and Technical Assessments Board, UVTAB.
This year's results show a clear improvement in overall performance, with the pass rate rising from about 31% last year to 36.4%. Female candidates posted a pass rate of 37.3% compared to 35.1% among male candidates.
What we would like to see is that the course is attempted by people who are young, very young, so that there is more useful, more time to use the knowledge acquired. And that helps us to build the economy, because then you have as many people as possible.
At least 97 candidates successfully completed all CPA levels, up from 80 in the previous exam. Diet women made up the majority of those completing the course.
In level 1, we had 1,540 students who attempted the 6 papers, and 41.6 of these students passed the exams.
Signaling an area that educators and candidates must focus on in upcoming exam diets.
These are factors affecting performance of CPA subjects, perspectives from students, graduates, tutors, and examiners. You will appreciate that we are also curious about why students struggle with certain subjects. So that's why we are undertaking this research.
So that
UBC News. Uganda is making strides in strengthening its its accreditation infrastructure as it plays host to the 16th Africa Accreditation Corporation General Assembly. Namukose Mary has the details.
The Africa Accreditation Corporation, formed in 2010, is the continent's leading body promoting the recognition of conformity assessment across Africa. This year's meeting is significant for Uganda as it seeks to operationalize the Uganda National Accreditation Services, an institution that will play a critical role in quality assurance, trade facilitation and product certification.
But because our companies here were not accredited, we found that the Kenyans were buying our meat, accrediting because they are accredited, and they rebranding it as if the meat came from Kenya, but most of it came from us. So we're the ones who lose. They get a better price, we get it. Yeah. So if we accredit our own companies, then it's cheaper to do so, and of course we get better prices. And then we reach the entire world market.
UGANAS is working closely with regional partners like Kenya, focusing on training assessors, building systems and laying the groundwork for future independence.
We have a training arrangement with Kenya Accreditation Services, who are our big brothers. They have been on the market for the last 16 years. And they have so many laboratories and facilities whom they have accredited here. Eventually, we shall take over those facilities to accredit them. So we are working together, they train us together, and then we are training. That's now the formative stage which they...
But on this one, we're particular about what can we do to strengthen UGANAS. Because UGANAS is the youngest among us, and we want to do all we can to make sure that they grow faster than some of us grew before we got to where we are.
AFRAS intends to remove mistrust in testing, ensuring that one standard and one test are acceptable across member countries.
These plans basically address the issue of increasing or having a robust accreditation system for the continent. A system where we can have one test, we can have one standard, one test accepted everywhere. For that to happen, our accreditation system must be strong enough to have trust among each of us.
Enter a pact with a company from Germany called Riel, who are specialists in post-harvest machinery, post-harvest handling machinery. And so very soon we shall qualify to send our maize to Kenya. And so that is, again, issues of standardization, quality.
Mary Namkose, UBC News in Entebbe.
Special announcement. The Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, Right Honorable Richard Todwong, invites all party members and the general public to a mega nomination rally of the NRM presidential candidate, His Excellency General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, on Tuesday the 23rd of September 2025 at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds. Before the Kololo rally, candidate Museveni will be presented by the NRM Central Executive Committee to the Independent Electoral Commission for nomination at its new offices in Lueza along Entebbe Road, and will be accompanied by a few invited party leaders. However, the public shall stay at Kololo to receive our flag bearer after nomination. Members are advised to observe traffic rules and other security guidelines while using the roads. Please note that no procession will be allowed. Long live President Museveni, long live Uganda.
Stable stability, stable.
Votability, yellow ability.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break. Government, through the Electoral Commission, has reaffirmed commitment to promote equal access to election-related information for deaf persons during the upcoming general elections.
How much of the advocacy is it?
Government has pledged to ensure the inclusion of deaf persons in all public election-related events through accessible communication tools such as sign language interpretation.
These days when you see the chairman of Electoral Commission communicating or anybody communicating, they are expected to have a sign language interpreter. They have recruited sign language interpreters on a short contract of 9 months, meaning that we expect all the information on elections to be transmitted to the public.
This pledge comes ahead of the International Deaf Awareness Week, with over 1 million Ugandans aged 2 and above living with hearing difficulties.
This is a significant number of the population which cannot be left unattended because they play an important role in the development of this nation.
This year's theme, No Human Rights Without Sign Language Rights, underscores the vital role of sign language in ensuring equal access to information.
Because we have the deaf people who are both voters as well as participants in the election, to get this information first-hand from Electoral Commission.
The International Deaf Awareness Week runs from September 22nd to 26th, celebrating the achievements and resilience of the deaf community. Cayenne Faith, reporting for UBC.
Relatedly, the deaf community has urged government to strengthen sign language laws and ensure respect and proper usage across the country.
In many African societies, deaf people have long been misunderstood and misguided. They are often labeled as individuals who cannot hear, cannot learn, or cannot achieve anything meaningful in life. Sadly, some parents even consider having a deaf child as a curse or misfortune, leading to stigma and neglect. These cultural misfortunes have denied the people with hearing impairment the opportunity to showcase their talents and live with dignity. During a graduation ceremony at Uganda National Association for the Deaf headquarters in Chiwanga, Mukono district, over 100 deaf people graduated in various vocational skills, a milestone reflecting academic, practical skills and resilience.
As deaf persons, we have been neglected. They call us all sorts of names. They call us Kasiru.
UNAD's Executive Director, Robert Kwangu, urged the government to integrate sign language into the framework of vocational education for inclusive purposes.
That we expand this center so that we can also add on other courses, but more importantly is sign language. So that sign language is under, is under that framework of the vocational courses.
Sign language should be part of the framework for vocational education, and we are going to work on this. The new act, the TVET Act, gives us that mandate to develop curriculums for TVET vocational education training.
Bukenya Wycliffe, the principal UNAD, requested the government to strengthen enforcement of sign language laws, ensuring respect and proper usage across society. He also encouraged graduates to apply their knowledge confidently and not shy away because of disability.
We call upon the government to have a legislation on Ugandan Sign Language. We need a law that's going to protect Ugandan Sign Language. It's a language just like any other language, and which we need to enjoy as a community, as people who use sign language, to protect the natural Ugandan Sign Language.
Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Tayebwa has recommended investment in infrastructure to enable deliberate sports development in the country. We have it in data.
More than 70 kid golfers have taken part in the September leg of the NCBA Junior Golf Series that are under the auspices of the US Kids Golf Uganda program.
This program allows us to grow young talent from a young age in order to be competitive, because there's no lack in talent. It's just giving a platform to these juniors so that once they get outside, they can perform at their best.
The series attracted participants from across the country, with Lugazi, Namulonge, Fort Portal, Kasese and Mbale represented. It was a contest that was classified in ages for both genders. It was graced by the Deputy Speaker of Parliament Thomas Tayebwa, whose son Timothy Tayebwa topped the under-7 boys category.
And I think what we need to do as a government is invest more in the courses, and have more courses up country. Because when you see a course like the one of Fort Portal, what it has done, the children who have come from there, if we could improve on the one of Ginger, if we can have one in Bari, everywhere, at least each region having in a good golf course, Kaba, Mbarara, we are going to tap more and more talent.
Tayebwa applauded this initiative of kids golf, but importantly the parents' role in grooming future stars.
What is exciting is golf is an expensive game. So I'm happy to see children of parents who can afford coming in. Most of the guys who could study here, who could be doing golf, started as caddies and all that. So you find they are not affording tickets to go abroad and get exposure. They are not having good clubs, the GRs and all that. But now the ones who are in are children of people who can afford. And even those who can afford are supporting those who can't afford. So I'm really loving it, and the future is brilliant.
It's a refreshing experience having to watch your child participate and grow and basically put himself outside there in the world, challenge himself against other people.
Shekinah Glory International School Mbale sent a strong representation that spoke the round of golf and acknowledged benefits from the engagement.
Today I played my second year's kids and I performed well. And my first year's kids, it was in Serena, I got 75, but now my second one, it has been in the entire golf course, I've gotten 59.
Golf has helped me a lot with many things. Whenever I want to calm down, I come and play golf. Whenever I feel so happy, I come and play golf because I know I have that energy.
I think it would be helpful for other kids to join golf because they can learn a lot from the game, and some might encourage others to find interest in it.
My experience for today has been better because the first time I played in Entebbe Golf Course, I got 169. But this time I've got 101, which is a great improvement for me. And the message I give out to other girls is, instead of just sitting home, we should try new sports, challenge ourselves.
And the golf game has not been so easy. Yeah, the greens have not been cut, so my putting has been very bad.
The Shekinah Glory International School's hierarchy gave reasons why they emphasize sports.
What inspired us to support golf is we see children with talent, and when they explore this talent, it can take them somewhere they can actually benefit out of this talent.
It is quite an exciting season because it's a time to push them ahead, but also to allow them win. We believe it's upwards and forward only. That is where we go as a team.
The day climaxed with excellent performances from Rachel Natukunda, Elizabeth Mwagali and Shanita Chebet, who won the girls under 11 and 12 category.
This course has been easy at some points, except for the forests. They didn't have mercy on me.
Others that shone brilliantly included Elijah Agamba, Alexander Sekwire, Dante Kawalia, Dominic Nkurunziza, Lucas Kimara, and Jordan Van Rooyen.
And that brings us to the end of all we had for you tonight. Thanking you so much for watching as we start this elections week. Enjoy it. My name is Micheal Jordan Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nakakoni. It's a good night.